Hello. I hope that some of you have been able to join me there today. You might have tried yesterday when we attempted to do live streaming and we had many different challenges which stopped the process, but never mind, here we are again today. And it would appear that we are facing the same sort of challenges. So what we're going to do today is we're just going to press on and we're going to do this live streaming come what may. And then after the fact, we'll put it on the homepage. So if you are experiencing a lot of non-connectivity while trying to watch this live, then you can, after the later on today, tomorrow, whenever, you can go and watch it again on the homepage. So for now, I want to say hello to those who have attempted to join me. Thank you for hanging in there with me and trying with me and enduring with me. And also, I hope you enjoy the little fuchsias that I picked out the garden for you. I had these yesterday as well. Here they are again today. Beautiful little fuchsias. I think these are lovely for Christmas. They look like little bells. Which leads me on to tell you that today's live streaming is about moms retreats. And at the last moms retreat, some moms went for a walk and they saw some Christmas bells in the forest. And Christmas bells are, if you don't know, they are flowers that hang upside down that look like a little bell. And they're bright yellow and sunshiny. So today I wanted to specifically talk to you actually about the moms retreats. Because next year, we had some moms retreats this past year, 2018. And 2019, we've put on the calendar the last weekend of every uneven month, be it January is the first month, so it's an uneven number. And then March is the third month, an uneven number. The last weekend of each one of the uneven months, we have blocked for moms retreats. Now, our moms retreats are important because of the fact that if you're a home educating mom, then you are very committed to being at home with family and doing everything that is required and your responsibilities in that regard. And you've taken on the teaching of your children. Whereas before maybe they were in school, or maybe you've decided you've got little ones and you've decided to start right from the beginning. Whichever it might be, we here at Oikos in the KZN Midlands have moms retreats. We've got this lovely little cottage, which I'll share with you just now. I'm going to do a little slideshow and show you some pictures from our moms retreats. And we have decided that we would like to block these months for you to come for these moms retreats. There's a few reasons for this. I mean, I could give you a lot of reasons. I could talk to you all afternoon about it. But the bottom line is they're important because they are so valuable. And when I was home educating our children, my mother kept on encouraging me to realize the value and the importance of actually just drawing aside a little bit. Because she said, when you do that, you'll go back home and you'll be a better wife and mother. And she was right. And now what I'm experiencing is when moms are doing this, they're coming away from the family for a couple of days, maybe just for the day, a Saturday all-day event. They can do that too. But it's more advisable to come on a Friday and spend the night and have Saturday with the moms that might only be daytime moms, visitors, and then maybe spend the night on Saturday night as well and leave some time on Sunday. This way gives moms a chance just to stop, catch their breath. In fact, we've even got hammocks hanging on the veranda for that very purpose, so that moms can just get into the hammock and just be still. And they don't have to be considering all the responsibilities they have at that moment when it comes to family, and that is getting the dinner ready and whatever all the responsibilities might be. So I've experienced moms arrive at the moms retreat and take some deep breaths. You know, this last mom's retreat, the one mom just sat in the chair for a while going, because she told us, it was the first time she felt she had stopped for a long time. She just feels like she's on the go all the time. So that in itself was meeting the objective of a mom's retreat, just to come and sit still and stop. But the other thing that happens is there's moms together that are all on the same journey. And so they have a chance just to speak about their difficulties that they may be having or encourage one another. And then I also I do attend the moms retreats. And I'm not at the moms retreats. I don't sleep there, and because it also gives moms just a chance to be quiet and on their own. But I come for the full day on the Saturday, and if I know moms are coming on a Friday afternoon, I try to be there to greet them. Sometimes they come when I'm otherwise not able to be there at the very exact time of them arriving, but that's okay because there's everything in place and planned and arranged and organized to receive moms that are coming on a Friday. And then we just have time to just chat and have time to just hear from one another what it is that we can do here from Oikos and from myself to support and encourage and help you. And this last mom's retreat, when the moms left, they said, oh, I'm taking home with me this, and another one was taking home something else. They all had taken something very unique to themselves that was important to them to take home with them into the new year. But you know what else? And that is some moms had to leave some things behind, because the one mom, she arrived feeling very, very heavy laden. And I suggested to her, why don't you go for a walk in the forest and leave all those troubles in the forest. Leave them here at Oikos and go home refreshed without taking those troubles with you. She did just that, actually. And so I got a letter from her during the week to say how she had left her troubles behind. And now she was actually looking forward to the new year in a completely different way, whereas before she was seeing 2019 in a way of, can I do this? And maybe I can't do it anymore. And she was feeling somewhat at the end, just disillusioned. So this is why I felt it was really important to actually talk to you about maybe having a look on the Oikos website, going to the events tab and see when the dates are for mom's retreats. And try and book yourself one. Try and just do that, even if it's once a year. Actually, there's one mom. She committed to come to every single mom's retreat. And I just thought it was so smart, because she started out at the beginning. She started home educating at the beginning of 2018. And she's attended quite a few of the mom's retreats. And she said each time she felt she was getting caught up in sort of moving off the path and getting caught up in what society or the community or whatever was making demands on her. She actually started feeling that pressure. Then she'd come to a mom's retreat and just remember, she doesn't need to be pressurized. She's not in the system anymore. And she said they just kept on bringing her back onto the path. And she said they were extremely, extremely supportive to her. And so again, another indication as to why I am here today, encouraging moms to try and attend these. There is no charge for them. It is fully self-catering. You can come with a friend. The time is fairly flexible, not completely, but you can arrive sometime on Friday, leave on Sunday if you want. In fact, we've even had moms leaving on Monday and even Tuesday because they've just felt they just needed that time just to really, really restore before they went back into the household and into the family and continue to be strong and ready to serve and serve joyfully and cheerfully. So what I know is that I have been called to give to you what has been given to me. I must share it. And so I found the most effective way to share that is at the mom's retreats. I hope live streaming is another effective way of achieving that, because you might have watched the previous live stream where I chatted with Sylvie, and she encouraged me to share the memory basket. She calls it the Konos memory basket. And so I'm doing that on our live streaming. I'm trying to share out of that basket just value that we have gained from this lifestyle. And so that's why I also hope that the live streaming is helping, because I do understand that not everybody can attend a mom's retreat. I get that, because either it's too far, although we have had people that group together and fly together and hire a car together and come together. There are only 6 beds available, and then there's 2 sleeper couches. So our maximum we can take is 8. But we are able, 6 is comfortable because that's 6 beds, 2 rooms, 4 beds in the one room, 2 in the other. There's enough facility for bathrooms, and there's a nice sized kitchen that is equipped. But you do just need to bring all your own self-catering as though you were going camping. The last mom's retreat, somebody was looking for the salt. And I said, there isn't any salt there. We don't keep any provisions in the kitchen at the Oikos cottage, because it's required of you to come equipped with everything that you want. So you know what happened that weekend? We didn't have salt that weekend, so that was fine. People who like a lot of salt learned to do without. And there was no harm in that either. So, oh dear, my computer has just See, here's one of our challenges. I was about to hop into showing you the slideshow. My computer made a big noise, and like it was an aeroplane landing, and then it turned itself off, but now it's back on again. So I think before it does any more strange things, I think I'm going to go across to show you this slideshow now. So here is the first picture that I want to show you. That is the little cottage there in Oikos. Can you see there's a nice big forest behind, and there's a lot of, it's in forest region actually. It's a forest area that we live in, forestry area. The next photo that I wanted to share with you is of one of the dams. There's a couple of little dams on the Oikos base, so it's quite nice for you just to go and sit and have some quiet time at the dam if you so choose. And here are the hammocks I was talking about. We do have 4 of those hammocks for moms to be able to just sit in and just relax. And again, you will see just beyond the hammock there on the far left is a forest again. So the forests are really nearby. And I put a lot of emphasis to the forest because I know they've been supportive for moms just to go and sit in the forest and just be quiet. Sometimes they like to just go for a little walk as a group, or not. They can stay in the hammock or have a picnic under the trees. And the next photo is just a picture of the lounge in the little cottage, just to show you that it is spacious. It's a spacious lounge, so we don't feel too cramped. And there's lots of glass, so you can actually enjoy the outdoors and surrounding forest that you can see there through the windows. Another quick photo just of the beds. This is the room with just 2 beds in it. They're not huge rooms, as you can see, 2 single beds taking up the room. And then this is the room that's got 3 beds in it. And the next picture shows you a little bit more clearly, again, forest outside. And another one with the forest outside. You see, I chose a lot of photos that showed that there is forests outside for the sake of those that want to just come and have quiet time in the forest. And you know what, I put this last photo in. It's a bit of a strange looking photo because there's a mom lying in the gutter. It sounds terrible, but actually we have outside the cottage, we have what they call V channels, because we don't have gutters on the roofs around the edge of the roof to catch the water, because we have had snow, so that meant it pulled off all the gutters. So we have learned the trick here in the country, and that is to put V channels on the ground, which is those concrete channels whereby it channels the water away. And so this one mom felt she needed to go and lie in this concrete channel. She said it was very comfortable. So then a whole lot of other moms joined her because they're shaped nicely to lie in. So you see some moms even choose to go and just lie down in the concrete channel just to have some rest. And there they're not having children climbing all over them or being called for or hearing a child crying because they've fallen and they need mommy. And on that topic, I must say that actually of our yesterday's live streaming, the one mom wrote to me, she had been on live streaming for a bit and she had seen, we had tried to live stream, and she saw we had started talking about the mom's retreats, and she said she would love to attend a mom's retreat, but she's got 5 children with a little toddler. And so she doesn't feel it's quite the right time to leave her children with her husband, because it's pretty much a team effort taking care of all the children. So one day when the children are older, she will be able to attend a mom's retreat. So as I said, I do understand it's not everybody is able to come to these mom's retreats, but I'm here encouraging you and talking to you about them. And I don't even want to be prescriptive about them and say, at the mom's retreat, we will do this and this is what you will receive, because everybody goes home with something different. So as you heard, one mom left her troubles in the forest, so she went home with no troubles. That was enough for her. And so each person is going to take home from the retreat something different. We don't have a program at the retreat that says that from 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock, we're going to have a workshop on X topic and so on and so forth. We basically allow the time that you are at a mom's retreat to be what you need it to be. And we hope that it will meet your needs specifically. So I am quite particular, I must say. If there is anything that's particular at the retreats, it's the fact that I would like you to have your needs met. So when you come to a mom's retreat, I'm going to find out from you what it is that I can help you with specifically. And I'm going to hope that I will be able to be effective in helping you in that specific need. So that is the overall objective of the moms retreats. And of course, I'm sure you've got it by now that there's just so much value because moms meet one another. They make connections. They create networks. They share any number of things. In fact, recipes or other groups or. And when I was the mom's last mom's retreat, I was hearing some moms in the kitchen talk about some environmental group that the home educators had started or joined, and the children were getting together once a week to bring what they had learned from the environment, whether it was a photograph of some strange stick insect, whatever it might be. And I was so thrilled because I thought, look at that. Now these moms are sharing with one another different networks, different connections they've made to be able to connect with one another, and their children can have more experiences than what they did before the moms came to the retreat. And then, of course, there's the other factor, and that is hubby and dad. Of course, he learns a whole lot of things about being an at-home dad with all the children and what your days are filled with. And so we want to encourage the fathers to encourage their wives to go off to a retreat because of the value that we see that comes from that. And that is, we have a lot of interesting stories about the fathers phoning in to talk to mom about something. The child's got a temperature. What do I do? And the mother says afterwards, you know, I never realized that he didn't know what to do when the child had a temperature. I just take care of those things. So that might not be the case in your family. You might have a very different kind of scenario in your household where dad does know what to do when the mom's, maybe dad's even a doctor. I don't know. But I'm just saying that with so much transpires at these moms retreats where we start experiencing a lot of good on all kinds of levels, even if it's just that mom came away and dad had to find out how to do certain things because she wasn't just there to do it. Even that is something valuable that she takes home from the mom's retreats. Do you know what I'm thinking about now? I'm thinking about the one story, and that is when a mom left a mom's retreat. She arrived home and she went skipping up the steps to the front door, and the children said, "What happened to you?" Because apparently she had had a few months of really struggling, and so she had become quite weary, and her joy left. And now she comes home and she skips up the stairs. And so what happened as a result of that is every time mom started having a bit of an off day, the children would say to her, "Are you going to that place again that made you happy?" So that is just one of the stories. There's just, as I said, I could talk to you all afternoon about this. But in the meantime, what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and go back to my Facebook page here and see if there's anybody there that would like to ask any questions. And there is Tia from Ohio in America, all the way there. Tia, I wonder if this is actually working there. Because, would you believe it, I know it's winter in Ohio, but right now it's summer, and the temperature is 36 degrees centigrade. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. I think it must be 90s, in the 90s. Are you going to look it up, Jamie? Jamie's going to find out for me what 36 degrees centigrade is in Fahrenheit. It's a hot, hot day here. And so that is why we think that we might be in for storms. Not think, actually. The weather report told us that we can expect thunderstorms. That's why we jumped in quickly to do this live streaming before the thunderstorms come. And Shirley's also there. Hello, Shirley. It's 96.8, Jamie's showing me, Fahrenheit. That's hot, as you can imagine. Also, Shirley is from the UK, so thank you for joining me. Shirley, I wondered where you had gone because I enjoy you being there at our live streaming, and you haven't been there recently, so I'm glad you could be there today. Thank you for being there. Did you ever come to a mom's retreat? I don't think Shirley did. Shirley is South African who went to live in the UK a long time ago now. I don't know how many years ago it was. And Tia says that the live stream is working for her there in Ohio. Yay! I'm so happy about that. And there you're sitting in winter. And here we're sitting in sweltering summer. But I'm very pleased to hear that the connection's working. Is it working so far, Jamie, or have we lost connection sometimes? Jamie's showing that it's a little bit on and off. And let me see what Shirley says. Shirley says she didn't come to any retreats. But I saw Shirley in Cape Town a few times at Oikos Ministry Days. and she's been in the UK for 8 years. Wow. I thought it was quite a long time. 8 years now. That is long. Okay, so Tia also mentioned here that she said something about the last, not live, about the moms retreats, I'm sure. But now it's gone. And Shirley is saying the live streaming is working there in the UK. Isn't that wonderful? Well, if it's not working here for the South Africans, at least it's working there for those beyond our borders. But actually, I'm not going to be spending any more time because I've already started hearing the first rumbles. And when we hear storm rumbles, we go into what we call, now I've forgotten what it's called. Storm. I don't even know what we call it anymore. We've got posters with this on it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We have a storm procedure where we run around unplugging everything, fridges and freezers, so that they don't get hit by lightning, and then we don't have our appliances and our equipment anymore. It's happened to us a few too many times. So we're very sensitive about the storms, and we haven't found a system yet that will protect us from storms. We've found ways to run backup plans when we don't have electricity, which is happening more often with all of our electricity outages. But when it comes to storms, we haven't got a good, solid solution on that one yet. So the rumbles are there. I'm going to say goodbye. And thank you, ladies, for joining me. And I'm hoping for those of you who have watched this live streaming, or if watched it from the Oikos homepage, I hope that I will be meeting you at a mom's retreat in 2019. In the meantime, have a wonderful rest of the day, and I hope to be live streaming again later on in the week. Thank you for joining me. Bye.